Hi, my name is Ginnie Marshall, and welcome to this fourth video in the series of 5 on functional capacity evaluations. In this session, we are going to talk specifically about the top 5 reasons that functional capacity evaluations are ordered. This can be important to know in case you are anticipating referrals and what they may be about, or if you're an individual who might be going through a functional capacity, what might they be looking for? What are the reasons behind the order that sent you to a functional capacity evaluation? First and foremost, the question should be related to return to work. What is an individual's current work ability? Are they able to perform the job as they were performing it prior to the injury? Often this question comes into play when an individual fails to achieve the outcomes that were anticipated. Sometimes this is contributed to just a poor outcome, but sometimes the question really is about whether the individual is giving full effort, is reporting accurately on how they are recovering. Sometimes the physician or the primary care provider is asking this question for their own understanding, and sometimes the question is asked on behalf or on request of the insurance company or case manager who represents them. If the question is not about return to the prior job, number 2 comes into play, and that is, what is the individual's general work ability? This question is often asked when the individual has reached what the primary care provider sees as maximum medical improvement. If there is a need for forms to be filled out, if there's a need for permanent restrictions, that's often another important reason that the functional capacity evaluation is requested. The third reason is a little bit more detailed. It's more about what's behind the limitations. Often the insurance company, especially the workers' comp insurance company, needs to know what their responsibility is. In other words, what functional impairment is related to the injury that occurred that they have responsibility for. Sometimes what we see is that the insurance company or the case manager will try to restrict the testing to only certain areas of the body. So for example, they may ask for a test that primarily focuses on the right hand injury, if that is the compensable injury. Those of us who do functional testing know that it takes an entire body to perform work. However, understanding the referral question, which is what is related to the hand injury in terms of anything that impairs work ability, we can identify in the proper design of a functional capacity the actual limiting factors. So we can see clearly when the hand is interfering with function, when normal upper limits are occurring, or if other uninvolved injuries or pathologies might be impacting function. In effect, we can then report back on what areas of function are affected by the injury in question. Number 4 has more to do with a deeper, more involved consultation. When an individual is understood to be disabled, but return to work is still in the forefront of thinking, the question may be related more to what areas of work are going to require reasonable accommodation, and what might those reasonable accommodations be. Employers are required by law to provide reasonable accommodations. So sometimes it's very important to document the investigation, the proposed areas of intervention, and the potential accommodations that might allow that individual then to be able to perform those very essential functions of their job. Sometimes it may be that there's not a reasonable accommodation, and then the paper trail of the functional capacity evaluation can support whatever decision that the employer needs to make. The 5th and final reason for an FCE referral has to do with legal reasons. Many times attorneys for an individual, whether it's work-related or not work-related, and even attorneys for employers who are tasked with the responsibility of returning an individual to work with reasonable accommodations. Often there's not agreement, and therefore more evidence is necessary. Attorneys can benefit tremendously by having their clients go through a functional capacity evaluation in order to determine any level of impact on function, what the actual impact is, and any questions about effort, and therefore consistency of performance, and therefore whether the return to work information is valid. A good examiner will be very neutral and objective so that it doesn't really matter whether it's an attorney that is supporting the client's position or supporting the employer's position is asking the question. The evaluator will come forward with the evidence of what the individual is able to do, what the limiting factors are, and what, if anything, can be done to improve the match between the individual and their job. Hopefully this look at the top 5 reasons that functional capacities are ordered has given you a little bit of insight into the why behind the ordering of the functional capacity evaluation. If you're ready to learn more, please visit our website, dsiworksolutions.net, where you can discover more information about functional capacity evaluations, and you are welcome to create a free account and even try the first course in our functional capacity assessment training free. We hope you'll visit us at our website, and we hope to see you in our 5th and final installment on the functional capacity evaluation series. Thank you.